Get your latest AyChristene merch at crowdmade.com/AyChristene. And be sure to check out the new limited edition Animal Crossing themed AyChristene merch. Don't go chasing water bottles. Link down below. Hey buddies, it's your girl AyChristene, and today we are checking out a new Wolfychu video. This is I Didn't Speak to Boys for 3 years. I wonder what happened. I'm interested to know what happened that caused her to not want to talk to boys for 3 years. Was it something super traumatizing? Was she just really nervous and scared and shy? I wonder what. We'll find out, and we'll have our thoughts after. Link for this video is in the description box below for you to check out. Now let's get started.
I started high school. I noticed so many things starting to change around me, mostly with my closer friends.
Okay.
Seriously, in the school holidays between us finishing primary school and starting high school, it was like they almost became different people. Everybody was acting like they were in a rush to
I
grow
forgot
up,
that
while
like
I was more
they're different in regards to like grades and stuff like that. I know over here, there's elementary school. Oh dear. There's elementary school, middle school, and then high school. That's like the norm. Elementary is from like kindergarten to grade 5. Then middle school is from grade 6 to 8th, and then 9 to 12 is in high school. And so I'm guessing, and somebody could clarify, primary school is probably from kindergarten to maybe, well, where do your middle schoolers go? I guess where's the cutoff? Is it 5th grade for primary school? And no, but she said then high school. So I'm gonna guess and say that maybe it's till 7th grade or something, or 8th grade for primary school, and then high school is 9 to 12, or is high school 8 to 12? Let me know, clarify where the cutoff is for the, primary and high school.
Stay how I was and just keep on playing with skipping ropes and Pokemon games. Before we get into the video, me along with some other YouTube animator friends are in the Odd Ones Out's new board game Cafe Chaos.
Oh yes,
I have my own
yes.
cards in the game that you can get in the animator's booster
It's
pack.
super
Look
cute.
how cute these cards are. I think that they all turned out so good.
I know, they are
I'm excited
good.
to try playing the game,
They
and
did.
if you want to get the game yourself as well, the link to the Kickstarter is in the description of this video.
This was all really,
Of course,
really
a
cute.
new big interest from my friends was boys. It seemed like all the girls I knew
Wildcats,
suddenly wanted
yep,
a
that was Troy.
boyfriend. Even back
Tuxedo
then,
Mask.
I felt like I didn't want to rush into things like that. Even though at this time I was getting super into anime and was especially obsessed with romance in animes. I guess I felt like my 2D husbandos were all I
dear.
needed. In all honesty though, all
Little,
of the boys in my
boyfriend
class
pillow?
were kind of rude. Like they just seemed to treat each other and other people badly. I preferred to avoid them.
That's
Not
how-
long into the school year, a new boy
I know that's how some guys can be, and especially when you're younger, and even when you're older. Unfortunately, my friends, it is still that age-old story of how a guy or somebody, not even just a guy, because girls can do it too. I've seen girls do it too, where it's like they like somebody and they are mean to this person because the why I don't get the why. Like, is it because you just don't know how to express the feelings, or is it because there's like a level of maturity or a fear of being honest and those feelings not being reciprocated? I guess those are kind of the why I don't know, but that's something that even when I was a kid, they're like, oh, the boy's mean to you, it's because he likes you. I'm like, it does confuse things later on in life for you. But unfortunately, there are some people that when they like somebody, they're not nice to them. I don't get the why. Maybe somebody who's a psych major. I want a psychological analysis, not just, hey, well, I think it's because ABC, XYZ. You can share that, but I do want, if anybody's out there a psych major, what is the researched reason as to why people do it? Or is there an answer at all? Let me know.
joined the class. This boy was kind of strange. He seemed like he was constantly out of it, but then he was also super loud, no matter what he was doing. The teacher told us that he'd been expelled from a different school, which for us back then was like the ultimate crazy news.
That was Hermione on the screen. I miss Harry Potter.
Prison, or
have you seen this wizard yet?
In hiding.
Okay, I'm loving all these references that are Easter eggs. We saw Troy Bolton. Love him. We saw Tuxedo Mask. We see Hermione. We saw the Have You Seen This Wizard, which is a Harry Potter reference. Loving the references.
This scary, possibly alien person's seat was put right next to mine. I was pretty nervous being next to this guy, but I just tried to ignore him. But he made it hard. He was constantly trying to get my attention by doing things like writing big messages
Do you like
on
jazz?
And swinging them
like
in my
the music
face.
jazz?
He would also suddenly take things from my desk and just mess with them.
Oh,
and
dear.
I didn't know how to ask
Maybe
him
he's just
to
like a
stop.
busybody?
But then this guy went from frustrating to actually kind of creepy. One day in class, I just happened to look his direction, and I saw that he had his phone out, and that it was pointed right at me.
Oh my goodness!
It turned out that he was actually taking pictures of me.
Oh my
This actually
gosh!
spoke to me. It was the weirdest thing.
Yeah,
Who does that?
No,
just who
don't.
secretly takes pictures of people like that? And the worst part was that I don't know if that was the first time he did that.
Right.
Or just how many pictures he might.
That is extremely creepy, but something we learned, and I don't know where she grew up. That's something that I do, like if somebody can let me know, where did she grow up? But as we learned from the Bunimation video, that in Asian countries, it's somewhat of a normal thing. Well, she did say of like young Asian girls, so it's a thing of them to be like quiet and just take pictures of somebody that they see. So I don't know if it's like a young person's thing to do, or if it was strictly like a theme in, for young girls in Asian countries. So let me know down below if you have any clarification of it at all. Like, if you are like from an Asian country and you're like, oh yeah, young girls do this all the time, or young people do this all the time, let me know. Or this could just be a case of an isolated creepy person, there's a line between cultural and what someone may do from one culture, and how if they do it in a different country, it may come off a different way. But this guy could also just be creepy.
Might have had of me. Since back then I was even more shy than I am now, I was too afraid to say anything to the teacher.
Oh dear.
I did tell my friends, but they told me to just ignore him. That
he's taking pictures of you.
And stop messing with me soon. But he wasn't done. One day I was walking to my class at the start of the day, and I just reached the classroom when this guy suddenly jumped out in front of me.
Okay.
He'd just been hiding behind the door, and he grabbed my shoulders and pushed me into the wall.
And
I was shocked.
did what?
I didn't understand what was happening.
What did he do?
This guy was still holding my shoulders and staring at me with this blank face.
Oh my goodness.
It was scary. There were other people in the classroom too. This one girl that I'd never spoken to just started laughing. And
Really?
This made the guy start laughing too, and he finally backed off of me. I didn't
No,
get what
that's
was so
really
funny.
weird. That
I
was
just extremely weirded out.
No,
Doing stuff
yeah,
like
that's-
that is just not okay.
No, it's not.
Especially since I was already such a nervous person who gets spooked by everything. Looking
That spider
back,
makes
I think
sense,
that he
but
was
this-
just doing it because he found my reactions funny. I did not know
That's
what
still
I was
weird.
gonna do about it.
That's
Luckily
still
for
weird.
me, this was the climax of his weird behavior, because not long after this, he actually suddenly left the school. We were
Okay.
told that he just went to a different school, but never found out what happened.
Yeah,
this
is he
was
okay?
my first uncomfortable experience with a guy, and after having this happen and seeing how the other guys in my class were just mean, it kind of left me with a bit of a bad impression of guys in
I don't blame
general.
you.
So
I don't blame you.
didn't really want to make friends with guys anymore after this.
Oh, okay.
Although a lot of things continued to change in high school.
Love the
like,
thickness.
I lost old friends and got new friends. But through everything, I still continued being that dorky art kid who just wanted to draw and watch anime all the time. During my last year in that school was when we went on a big graduation trip, which for us
on the
was
cruise?
a cruise.
Okay.
And there I had more very uncomfortable experiences with guys. I already made a whole video about this.
Oh,
one,
yeah,
but
about the guy that
basically,
kissed
there
her
was this
when
one
she didn't
guy
want
who
it.
wouldn't leave me alone at the cruise disco. He kept trying to dance with me and was just being way too close for comfort.
Yep.
Blech. Go away, bad memory. But the reason why I
cute.
brought that story up again was because that's where I think me just avoiding guys started turning more into me being afraid
Like
of them.
actually afraid,
My friends and
okay.
I were 16 at this point, and 2 of my friends got into their first relationships not long after that trip.
Oh,
When
okay.
the summer holidays started, I didn't see either of them at all until the end of the break when we met up again to go shopping
Yeah,
together.
'cause-
We were having a lot of fun trying on different clothes,
They're
and then
so
we went
cute.
to get ice cream.
That is super cute. But I do get like that age of when, you know, your friends get guys and you don't have a boyfriend, but they have boyfriends and they're spending most, if not all of their time with that boyfriend. And I just remember those times. Sometimes they're fine, but sometimes you do feel lonely, if you're going to be honest, you know, when you're friends with somebody and they all have boyfriends or they're together with their boyfriends or doing double dates with their boyfriends and you're single, it does, even then or now, I know like they're in the dating scene now, when somebody has a boyfriend, they don't see their friend as much, you know? And it's unfortunate. Sometimes it makes sense. Sometimes it's overdone. I have stories of that with a friend that overdid it, but you do get to feel lonely. That's the truth. That's the truth.
When we were eating, my friends started talking about their boyfriends and how things were going. And then my friend suddenly said how awkward it was that she had to make sure to wear clothes that kept her chest completely covered around her mom so that she wouldn't notice the bruises there.
Bruises?
Wait, what do you mean?
What bruises?
How did you get bruises there? My friends just looked at each other and laughed.
What
Isn't
do
it obvious?
No.
You're so innocent. I could not make any sense of this.
I don't understand
but the
that.
fact that my other friend was backing her up too made me wonder if I was just naive. It didn't seem normal.
And it doesn't
these were
seem
the
normal
only friends
now.
I had who had gotten boyfriends, so I didn't have anything else to compare it to. I believed everything they told me. So if
As
they
when
told
you're
me
young, that
this was
can happen.
normal, I believed it. But it also kind of terrified me. Hearing that and
Why
seeing
does
that
she have
they
bruises
just
on her
didn't
chest?
seem as happy anymore made me not only afraid of getting into
Are
a
they beating
relationship
her?
myself, but also really afraid of guys in general.
Mm-hmm.
Even after both of my friends got out of those relationships, I was still left with those bad feelings.
Mm-hmm.
It developed into me not even wanting to talk to any guys. I would
I
have
don't
guys every
blame
now
you.
and then at school who would come up to me, or they would get their friends to do that thing where they come up to
And
you
ask
and are
you,
like, hey,
what do you think
know
of that
my
friend?
over
Yep,
there?
yep.
He thinks you're pretty. And I would just be like, no,
Mm-hmm.
and have any excuse to get away from them as fast as possible. This continued all through my last school years.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Even at a different school I went to. I just didn't trust any guys. And now you're probably wondering,
How'd you
what
get to
changed?
Jordan Sweeto? Yeah.
Well, sometime later, after I finished school, I started getting into watching gaming channels on YouTube.
Okay.
Mostly ones revolved around Pokemon. There weren't many girls in the community at that time.
That's
it was
true.
mostly guys, but I just wanted to watch people playing Pokemon games and talking about new games coming out.
so
This community back then
Hold on,
was
is she
honestly
gonna say
just
gaming
such
on
a
YouTube is
friendly
what made her
place.
comfortable with
Everyone
guys?
was
That's
so
pretty
nice to
pretty
each
cool.
other. I was nervous
And
at
unique.
first, but I did end up reaching out to them on social media to say I liked their videos. And
That's
I ended
good.
up making friends with them.
That's
I felt
cool.
really welcome, and they even inspired me to try out making Let's Play videos on YouTube too. And no, these videos don't exist anymore.
Okay.
They
She
were
hid
online
them.
friends, which definitely made it easier for me to talk,
Mm-hmm.
but they were the first guy friends I'd made in years. And although we all ended up growing apart and don't talk anymore, these guys helped me get over this little fear and
That's good.
understand that no, not all guys are bad. In fact, I probably missed out on some good friendships by being afraid of so many people in school. You can't just take
yeah.
one type or group of people and decide that they're all a certain way.
Ok.
Generalizing people doesn't get you anywhere.
Wolfychu, you took a single-eyed story and you see where she paralleled it to judging people in general and generalizing types of people. I see what you did there, and I respect it. I fully respect it. Let's take it back just a little bit.
out on some good friendships by being afraid of so many people in school. You can't just take one type or group of people and decide that they're all a certain way. Generalizing people doesn't get you anywhere because every person is unique. Thank you guys for watching. I've started up my own new VTuber YouTube channel and Twitch channel. I've been doing daily streams on there and playing a bunch of games and talking to you guys every day. So if you'd like
That's really, really cool. So she started a Twitch channel. I'm gonna have to check it out. And her, she said VTuber. She said VTuber, right? So I'll check out her Twitch channel. But, because it would be cool to see her play games. I think she streams also on YouTube, because I remember seeing Fall Guys as a thing, and I saw Wolfychu as one of the videos under Fall Guys, like gameplays and stuff like that. So I think she streams on this. Actually, we can double check right now, and check to see if it's on here. Where did I see she was playing Fall Guys or something? Maybe it's another channel. Okay, Wolfychu's second channel, maybe? Yeah, that's where I saw it. Okay. Oh, it was just on my recommended. Okay, so I just subscribed. Oh, she played Getting Over It? Dear, I wonder how frustrating that had to have been. Okay. So, starting at the end, I loved what she did there. She, started, this was about a story, about a particular journey that she had. And she, in the end, taught a lesson or reminded people, or it taught you, if you didn't know, that you shouldn't judge a group of people just because of an experience that you may have had, or things that you may have heard, or things that someone else, told you, or things you may have seen that were not connected to you, or you don't have the full story. It's so easy nowadays for people to just mass judge a lot of people without any actual bad experiences, or even trying to get to know people, or, it's so quick that for people to just write off a group of people just because ABC XYZ. Not that they have been for example, what's been happening for Black people. As a culture, we get written off. The dopehead in the White House called us thugs. All these. Oh, another thing he said is that black people or black men are only good for going to jail. Why? When, as a culture, Black people have not done things to people. They didn't take over the world and rape and pillage and enslave a bunch of people for decades. Not saying that, Black people never owned slaves. That did happen in certain countries, right? But in this country, the amount of hate that happens we never were slave owners in this country, There might have been one or two, but as a culture, it was predominantly white that owned slaves, that owned plantations, was predominantly white. As a people, we didn't mass murder other races in this country. We didn't do that. Yet we get judged. We get put down. The systemic racism that's within this country is next level, right? And it's mind-boggling and blows my mind to the degree where someone sees a Black person and gets scared. But did you know that and I know this was a statistic as of a couple years ago, but mass shootings, which are done that have been done predominantly by a white person, killed more people than terrorists did in this country. But yet you're scared when you see a Black person walking by. Doesn't make sense. Does not make sense. You can look up the stat before anybody's like, that's not true. Look up the statistics. This was as of the last mass shooting that I know that happened, not the school, the one that happened at a concert. That was a statistic as of that year. So, it's unfortunate that a group of people are judged, but I do, for her, bringing it back to, dialing it down back to a Wolfychu situation, I think it's wonderful that she has realized that, hey, maybe, this thing that happened with this guy and this thing that my friends told me happened with them, which I do want to get into in a minute, are not things that I should have judged all men as a whole, right? And as a woman now, and I'll say as a girl, I would say dating age. Well, dating age can be whatever age, depending on whatever country you're in. But like as an adult, if you're a woman in the working world, the friends that you've had that were like, all men are bad, all men cheat, all men sleep around. They do this generalization because of experiences that they singularly have, and they take that and wipe all men as that, So it's something that it's refreshing for me to see someone who went through a couple experiences with a couple boys and was like, I ain't talking to no man for years because I don't like them, I don't trust them, I'm afraid of them, and she realized that, hey, maybe I should not have painted such a wide brush. It's a great character growth moment to be able to be honest and say that. So I definitely give props to Wolfychu. Now, with her friends saying that they had to cover up the bruises, is it hickeys? Like, I want to know, are they talking about hickeys on their chest? Because, I mean, them girls were adventurous if they had hickeys on their chest. If it's not hickeys, then what else is causing bruises? Like, and the fact that it was the norm, and they're like, you're so naive. I'd be like, how? Explain this to me. Can you, instead of calling me naive, why don't you teach me? Tell me how you got bruises on your chest, and how and why is this a normal thing? For me, when I was growing up, it was normal to get hickeys like around your neck. That's where you got hickeys, not on your chest. Unless, like I said, they was getting it down, and then, I mean, it's cool, it's whatever. But I do also want to know why they had bruises on their chest. But, I'm that kid. Okay, that kid, when she was younger, the kid was weird. All right, he was super weird. I completely understand you being uncomfortable, though. Like I said, it's great that she had this growing moment, this character growth moment. But I do understand why this random guy that grabbed you and pushed you against a wall and then was just holding you there and then started laughing, that's super freaking weird. Get off of me. What the heck are you doing? And then him just take his stuff. Don't touch the stuff on my desk. Do not touch the stuff on my desk, okay? No, not for you to do. But yeah, nonetheless, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section. If you like the video, check out the link in the description box below to support Wolfychu. If you like this video, hug the life out of that like button. I love you guys as always, and until next time, buddies. Toodles.